Are you losing potential clients right now because your landing page isn't quite hitting the mark, but you have no idea which part is the problem? Here's what's really happening. You're spending money on ads, driving traffic to your website, crafting emails to your list, but somewhere in that process, people are just disappearing. They're not booking calls, they're not downloading your lead magnets, and they're definitely not becoming paying clients. And the worst part? You know something needs to change, but you don't know what. So you either do nothing and keep bleeding money, or you make random changes and hope for the best. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to figure out what's working and what isn't in your marketing, using simple tests that don't require expensive software or a tech degree. You'll also find out the biggest mistakes service business owners make when trying to improve their funnels, and why most of the advice you've heard about testing is completely wrong for small businesses like yours. With that said, let's dive right in. What is A/B testing? Really? Before we get into the how-to, let's clear up what A/B testing actually is, because there's a lot of confusion around this. A/B testing is simply showing two different versions of something to see which one performs better. Think of it like asking two different questions to see which one gets a better response. That's it. It's not rocket science, and you don't need to be a data analyst to do it. The biggest misconception I hear from service business owners is A/B testing is only for big companies with huge budgets and tech teams. That's not true. Small businesses can absolutely run effective tests, and you have advantages like being closer to your customers and being able to move faster when you find something that works. So why does testing even matters for your service business? Here's the thing that keeps most service business owners up at night. What if I change something and it makes things worse? I get it. When you're already struggling to get consistent leads, the idea of potentially breaking what little is working feels terrifying. But here's what you really want: more leads from the same amount of effort. You want to know that when someone lands on your website, they're actually going to take action. You want your emails to get opened and read, and you want to stop guessing about what your potential clients actually want to hear. Testing gives you those answers. Instead of hoping your marketing works, you'll know what works. Let me walk you through some tests you can start today without spending a penny on software. First, test different headlines on your landing page manually. This is probably the highest impact change you can make. Take your current headline and create one alternative. Maybe your current headline focuses on what you do, and your test version focuses on the problem you solve. Run one version for a week, then switch to the other version for a week. Keep everything else exactly the same. Second, try two different email subject lines and track which ones get opened more. Most email platforms show you open rates for free. Send the same email to half your list with one subject line and the other half with a different subject line. The difference in open rates will tell you what language resonates better with your audience. Third, use simple Google Forms or even informal polls to get direct feedback. Ask your recent clients what almost stopped them from working with you, or what finally convinced them to move forward. This feedback will give you ideas for what to test next. Great! But before we proceed, I want to give you a list of handy questions to ask before launching a test. Before you start changing things randomly, ask yourself these two questions. What specifically do I want to improve? Don't just say more conversions. Be specific. Do you want more people to book discovery calls, download your lead magnet, reply to your emails? Get clear on the one metric you want to move. How will I know if it worked? Decide this before you start. Will you track phone calls, form submissions, email replies? Pick one simple way to measure success and stick to it for the entire test. I know what you're really worried about. You're afraid of drawing the wrong conclusions and making your marketing worse. Or you're worried about spending weeks on a test only to find out it didn't matter. Here's the truth. If your marketing isn't optimized yet, thoughtful changes will give you useful information. You're not going to break anything by testing a different headline or email subject line. And you don't need to wait months to see results. You can often spot trends relatively quickly. What you really want are quick wins that actually move the needle, not months of complicated testing that may or may not help your business. You don't need complicated dashboards or analytics tools to track your tests. A simple spreadsheet or even handwritten notes will work perfectly. Focus on just 3 metrics: how many people clicked, how many people took the next step you wanted them to take, and what that means for your business. If you're testing email subject lines, track opens and replies. If you're testing landing page headlines, Track form submissions or phone calls. The key is to keep it simple. You can always get more sophisticated later, but right now you just need to know what's working better than what you're currently doing. Now here's the question I know you're thinking. Okay, this sounds good, but where do I even start? What should I test first? This is where most people get stuck. They either test random things that don't really matter, or they think they need to test everything at once and get overwhelmed. Here's what to focus on first, starting with the most important. Start with your email titles. The title of your email is what makes people decide to open it or delete it. This is the easiest thing to test and makes the biggest difference. Try things like using their name or not using their name. Or ask a question instead of just telling them something. See which one gets more people to open your emails. Next, test the big headline on your website. This is the first thing people read when they visit your site. If it doesn't grab their attention right away, they'll leave. Try one headline that talks about the problem you fix and another that talks about what you actually do. See which one keeps people on your page longer. Then test the words on your buttons. Instead of boring words like submit or click here, try something that tells people exactly what they'll get, like get my free phone call or send me the guide. Make it clear what happens when they click. Here's what not to test first: colors, fonts, or how things look. Those things might help later, but they won't make as big a difference as getting your words right. Think of it this way: test what you say before you test how it looks. Here's when you should consider investing in testing software. When you're getting enough traffic and leads that small improvements will make a meaningful difference to your revenue, and when you've already tested the basics manually. Here's when you shouldn't: when you're just starting out, when you don't have consistent traffic yet, or when you haven't tested the basics like headlines and subject lines. Start with simple manual tests first. You can always invest in more sophisticated tools as your business and testing needs grow. Testing your marketing doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Start with one simple test this week. Change your landing page headline, try a different email subject line, or ask your recent clients what almost stopped them from working with you. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every test teaches you something about what your potential clients actually want to hear, and that knowledge compounds over time. If you'd like a quick 5-minute audit of your funnel or your process to spot the areas that you can test and improve upon, check out the free downloadable checklist especially made for service businesses with smaller teams. It's meant to help you trace the leaks in your own business and identify what your next steps should be to solve them. This way, you can make changes to those exact areas of your sales pipeline and understand your customers better. You'll be more likely to get more out of your marketing efforts, even with the same number of leads in the future. The link is in the description below. This has been Rita with ClicksandThings.com. See you in the next one.